All right, guys, so let's talk about this. So by now, everybody knows what happened. So a couple of nights ago, San Antonio Spurs, they beat the New York Knicks in New York. And you got a bunch of YNs in New York that decides that they want to attack fans of the San Antonio Spurs that's in New York wearing San Antonio Spurs jerseys. Well, when you're part of an ignorant generation, people don't see the harm. Well, yeah, man, you can't be coming to New York, man. So now you can't go to a football game, basketball game, baseball, whatever, hockey, whatever it is. You can't go to a sport wearing a jersey of the team that you like, when you're in the hometown of that opposing team. Why do people think it's okay to put hands on other people? Why do people think all of a sudden it's just okay that we attack someone? To show you how incredibly stupid and immature and ignorant people are, though, because even grown adults have done this. You guys, win, lose, or draw, these rich people, they feel, they might feel let down, like, damn, we lost, but they feel way better when they go and cash them millions of dollars. They go cash the multi-million-dollar checks in the bank. Your broke ass walking around here wearing a New York Knicks jersey or wherever the hell you from, bragging, we won, we won. I didn't see your little dumbass out there catching the football. I didn't see you run the touchdown and get interceptions. I didn't see you doing anything. They harassed and a couple of people got beat on. One particular thing that stood out to me, and it all was disgusting. Every single one of them, none of them deserved that to happen. But they had this black elderly guy. You could see that this guy was up in age. And they're disrespecting this guy. Hitting him in the head, grabbing him, chasing him down the street. Some fool picked up a whole bike and was running behind him. So all of these things happening. Either you have no respect for your own parents. Maybe you don't have good parents. Maybe you don't have, I don't know what it is, but just imagine this is what these kids do. Then go home like they just had a normal day outside. But this is what, hey, sweetie, how are you? Hey, what's going on? Or whatever the greeting is when you walk in the house. But this is what you guys out there doing. If y'all little dumbasses live long enough, you'll be elderly one day. And hopefully you come across somebody just like you were. And they do worse to you. I just have no respect for this kind of shit. And this is exactly why when somebody ends up stabbing or shooting your little son or daughter, because they're all out there running around disrespecting grown adults, right? Disrespecting anybody but grown adults. So more than likely you have no respect for your own parents. You probably talk back to them, curse each other out. You probably got those ignorant want to be the cool mom or cool dad type parents. You probably don't have a father in your life. What prompts you to think it's okay to do this? Even when a team wins, and what I never understood, the people of that city go around vandalizing shit, destroying. What's the purpose? This is celebrating. I'm going to celebrate by destroying the city we live in. Breaking into store windows, stepping on top of people's cars. I mean, what the hell is wrong with people? And I'm telling you right now, I'll give you a quick story. It's not about names and who, whatever, but I'll tell you this. I can remember a time there was a guy minding his own business. This was around Christmas. This is around Christmas time. And you know how the shopping centers sometimes what they'll do is they'll close and then they'll have this thing where they got lines of people waiting to get in to get electronics or whatever, whatever, right? This is one of those times, right? So where this shopping center normally closes like around 6 o'clock in the evening rather, they did this thing where they reopened at night. They closed a little bit early. Then they reopened, I think like 10 o'clock at night or something like that to, carry over so they could stock up and everything. And this is one of those things where it's like a strip of just stores all the way down on both sides. And I can remember there was a guy who was outside. Wasn't big, wasn't necessarily small. Don't know his building, don't care, it doesn't matter. But bottom line, I remember the guy was out, just very friendly. Just said, "Hey, how you doing? How you guys doing? How you guys doing?" Everybody, just very friendly dude. And what he would do was, when he would buy things, which is a smart thing to do, but when he would buy things, instead of walking around with a bunch of bags, and then especially when you go into different stores, he would go to his car and put the things he bought in the trunk of his car. And then he'd go back and, and I know he was doing the same thing. We was parked right across from him. Well, what ended up happening was this guy, he was in line. You had some people come up thinking they're going to be tough. Hey, yo, man, I'm saying, you by yourself, yo. You know what I'm saying? We deep. Like, you might want to slide back, let us get in, you know what I'm saying? Well, we trying to get that thing. Yeah. Dude looked at him. He said, "Excuse me?" He said, "Could you say it in English?" Because they was like trying to bully him, like, "Yeah, you trying to say." He's like, "Say it in English." "You know what I'm saying? Yeah, nigga, like, yo, you know what I'm saying? We deep, nigga. You by yourself. You know what I'm saying? You ain't whatever the fuck you want. You know what I'm saying? We probably don't want that shit. So whatever you want, that shit gonna be there. You know what I'm saying? Like, nigga, we got shit to do. Like, yo, back that shit up, nigga." He's like, "Oh, so I'm supposed to get out of line so y'all can get in line, huh?" Right? "Yeah, nigga, that's what I'm saying. The fuck, nigga, move." The dude literally took his hand. You don't even know this guy. To grab him like you're trying to. Man, that dude pulled out one knife, yank right in his arm. Oh, shit. Took another knife, whap, and started stabbing everybody that was standing up. He started going after everyone. Wow, and he knew what he was doing. And, oh, shit, y'all. No, what y'all running for? Y'all tough, right? It's like 80 y'all, whatever, 10 of y'all, and what y'all running for? He chasing every one of them. "Come on, motherfuckers, come on. Smiling, come on. Like, come on. You want to get me out of line? Come on. And he started stabbing all. He said, "Now I'm out of line. Now I'm pissed off." He's like, "Now." He started chasing. He got all these dudes running. The other dude got stabbed in both his forearms. And and he starts chasing these dudes. Police station right around the corner. He starts chasing these dudes. And they're running. Here's what comes out of, and now he knows whatever it was that he was going to get. It's like, I got to cut my time short. And he just said, "People, be safe. This is the kind of filth that's infesting our streets." And he got in his car and he bailed. And this is one time where I could understand people saying, "Nope, I didn't see nothing. Or I don't know what happened. Or I don't know where the guy went. Or whatever." He went on. But here's what comes out of the mouth. "Bitch ass nigga." Oh, he's a bitch ass nigga. He's one dude by himself, and y'all, 80 y'all standing, all y'all trying to act tough. None of y'all told y'all, "Well, yo, leave the dude alone, man. Hey, sir, we apologize. Hey, fuck out of here. Come on with that bullshit." No, nothing. No, y'all all standing like y'all tough guys. And he got exactly what he deserved. And every one of them that he caught that he was able to poke a hole in, he made sure he did what he had to do. And like I said, you can see he knew what he was doing with those blades. And I'm like, good for him. This is exactly what I'm talking about, though. People just have this mentality. I can just put my hands on people. I can say whatever I want to people. Y'all don't understand that. It goes deeper. Because this is, like I said, y'all don't realize, like when I told you, you have police officers that got your same mentality, but they're racist as fuck and just full of evil hate and hatred, right? Bottom line, you got judges that will bang that gavel and say life, just like in the movie, for some shit you didn't even do and feel proud about it. Got another one of these niggas off the street or whoever or whatever, just bottom line. Yeah. Yeah, you got school teachers that's racist and got that I just say and do what I want. Yeah, I mean, everything that you see and that you hear, okay? I'm telling you factually, you guys co-sign for things that you really don't fully understand. that you fully don't understand. You know, when you go somewhere, whether it's a car dealership or anywhere, somewhere you go to purchase something and they give you paperwork like that thick and be like, okay. And they'll flip and say, just sign here, here, and here. Stuff is just saying this and that. We don't really need it. So why'd you bring all this? Why did you just bring the paperwork that I needed, right? Why'd you bring all this? No, sit your ass there because we're going to go through this. I'll make sure I know what I'm signing, right? Because if you don't have a lawyer present and you go sign something and all of a sudden some time go by and you getting outstanding bills or whatever, something that you signed for, and well, you signed for it, sir. Oh, they might try to, do here because, he's trying to hurry up and you don't want to feel like you're holding up time. Nah, fuck that. You brought all this shit up. What is this? And this is exactly why a lot of times when things happen, people really flip out because you brought some paperwork that you didn't fully explain things. Like I can remember one time some people hit us in the car. So we had to go get a rental from Enterprise. And I can remember this woman talking, and you know how they talk so fast. Like they had a goddamn auction, and I remember the woman saying to me, if you need insurance, our insurance covers you, and this and that. So I said, no, I already have, I have insurance. I don't, we're good, I'm good. Oh, okay, clearly. But when I went to return the rental car, and the charges for the insurance, I'm like, whoa, I know what I said, and here go the crazy part. That chick's co-worker knew that what I said because that same person was there, and he know that I said no, I don't need insurance. I don't need your insurance. We already have insurance. He knows that I said it, and I said you don't want to get involved because this is your co-worker. I said, but when I said that, you were standing right at that vending machine, and that over there. I said, and when she said that, and I said I already got insurance, right? That's when you said, yeah, you got your car is the same model as mine. Yeah. You remember saying that to me? Yes. Okay. So then you have to if you remember that, then there's no way you remember that and not remember her. I said, ma'am, I wouldn't take your insurance. I know how this shit works. I'm not stupid. This is not my first time here. I know how this works. And we contacted Better Business. We took it to corporate. We did all of that. We made sure that we straightened this shit out because it was bullshit. Okay, but what I'm saying, but people react differently to things. Some people, they just snap because maybe they had a bad day, they had a bad week, or they're going through some things, but there's ways to handle situations. You don't just go grabbing people because you're angry. And here's what I'm saying. Nobody's provoking you. That's my point. This is not even you being provoked. So in a situation where you just decide, oh, this nigga wearing this. They did the same thing a couple of years ago, and they was in Philly. I forgot who the fuck it was. I think somebody I forgot what jersey was Atlanta. Somebody's jersey they was wearing. The same thing, bullying people because they're wearing the opposite, the opposing team's jersey. Like this is the society we in. But not one of them little ignorant motherfuckers got nothing to say about what Trump is doing. Not one of these ignorant motherfuckers got nothing to say. They just found another black girl hanging. Texas and California is in Arkansas are like three of the worst places where these type of things are happening. You don't see this all over the news though. You don't have nothing. All you see is people running with their cell phones, recording shit so they can upload it to their social media. And this is why when I looked and I said, wow, somebody need to beat your mother and your father senseless. Somebody that you love, because there's always something that can happen to somebody else that hurts you more than somebody doing something to you. That's what needs to happen. Somebody just like you. And you need to see it. Not just hear, but see it. And watch somebody do to your loved ones what you do. Yeah. Why should you get to live to be, 60-something, 70-something years old? Why? Without somebody being disrespectful for you, not caring for their elders. Why should you live to be that long? Why? Without somebody doing something to you like that. So for the fun of it, nah, you can't. You can't wear. So in other words, that would be like you go to see a Marvel movie wearing a Superman shirt, and then all the Marvel fans gonna beat your ass because you got a DC shirt on. That's a DC character, nigga. It's Marvel, nigga. Yeah. Yeah, these people don't stand for anything. You know, this is one of the reasons I lost interest in a lot of shit. Because fanboys disgust me. I can remember being at work at different places, and you got people arguing. And it's like one of the worst things is to witness a grown man, especially a grown man with a deep voice. And this motherfucker is talking with such a high-pitched voice trying to explain his side of things and getting in his feelings, and these motherfuckers arguing and start threatening each other. Now y'all both get suspended from work because a fight broke out, and you like a dumbass sitting there trying to explain to management and to some police, security and all, like what happened. So you grown-ass men got in your feelings and start fighting because this motherfucker said that the Spurs is better than the Lakers or whatever the fuck it is. Or this dude said Evander Holyfield is better than Mike Tyson. So y'all out here arguing over Big and Pac and whatever the fuck. This is what I'm telling you. And I'm like, man, like dude was at my house the other day. Yo, so you did about Kendrick and Drake, man? What? Man, I don't give a fuck about no Kendrick and Drake. He just bust out laughing. I feel you, man. Fuck. Like you forget who I am or something, man. I can care less. I don't even have an opinion on that bullshit. So I don't even care. I haven't even listened to the music. I don't give a fuck about what happened between Kendrick and Drake. All I know that there was they've been going back and forth for a long time. I don't care for that. And this is my thing. You go out to dinner. You sit down with your buddies, right? You sit down with who. You think that this is what I'm coming in to go out and chill for? You out playing pool or whatever, and all you're talking about is celebrities. All you're talking about is athletes and arguing. People start a conversation with you with the intentions of debating who's better and who's this. You a grown ass man. You're not an analyst. And you can sit here and tell us how many points per game this guy get, how many rebounds, how many assists, how many steals and all this shit, how many 3-pointers he hit, how many years in a row he's done this and what his college stats were. It's sad that you fucking know that. And you don't have a YouTube channel. You don't have you don't have a podcast or nothing. You're not a content creator. You're just a fan. You probably don't even know that much about your wife. You probably don't know nothing about that much about your own dad or mom. But you know all of this shit about your favorite player, your favorite fighter. And I'm like, man, I'm not sitting up here talking about no grown-ass men, man. I'm not talking about these motherfuckers, man. Outside of me making these videos, right? When I am looking for content to create, sometime, because of what's going on, I look at the current events, I look at things that's happening. So we might have certain conversations. The conversations are brief, though. Brief. It's about a situation. A particular situation. It's never about long term. Oh, yo, but this nigga didn't. Nah, and he said, nah, but no, it's never that. See, one of the biggest problems we have right now is that people don't speak against these things with authority. They try to sympathize. What is the sympathize about? People live uncivilized like a bunch of primates that they oh, there go another human. Let's attack. Oh, he's wearing a San Antonio Spurs jersey. Yo, we got to get this dude. Imagine a grown man or woman walking down the street, and you got a bunch of disrespectful, ignorant people who think that they're going to put their hands on you. And there's going to be no consequences. I read an article yesterday. They opened up Hershey Park for the first time this season, right, this year. 54 people involved in a brawl. So, Seaside Heights, the same thing. Chuck E. Cheese. You can't even go take little kids. Fights breaking out in Chuck E. Cheese. What is wrong with human beings? And this is why, some of us were taught don't play around with a person. You do what you have to do. People, but you can't use excessive force. How do I know what you have and don't have? So if I'm strapped with my shit, with my license, if I'm strapped with bullet, whatever it may be, how do I know what you have? What if, someone having mercy on a person that has something end up losing their life or becoming a paraplegic because they had mercy and then somebody pulled out on them or stabbed them? Man, we're not playing with you. I don't give a damn, man. Whatever I have to do is what I'm going to do. And this is why I say, man, you can't be so quick to just go hang out at different places too. Because the ignorance, the immaturity, everything. If I go to a place, for example, if I'm driving past a place, and I never understood this, especially these clubs and these bars. The festivities are inside. Why do you got 100 people outside just smoking and talking and playing CeeLo? Why are you dumbasses not inside the building? That's what you went there for, right? So once I see a place has become a hangout spot, why do you think they have police come out and police the boardwalks at amusement parks and beaches and stuff? Because you got people that'll come in at 25, 30 deep. Oh, a bunch of tough guys going to a beach to do what? Oh, you want to harass that woman that's walking with her husband. And in case he says something, there's 30 of us and you it's always something stupid happening. Hershey Park opened up. Oh, we going to get on some rides. We going to go walk the boardwalk. We going to shop. We going to chip, right? That's what they thought was going to happen. And then here's a brawl that breaks out. What is wrong with people? And this is exactly why the world is the way it is. Me giving news. Some people give you news to bring awareness to what's going on. There's a lot of people. There's a place in New Jersey called Cocoa Keys. It's an indoor water park. It's like they take the worst people in America and put them in Cocoa Keys at the same time. Because you go there, and this is what I'm saying. So where do you go and people just act like human beings and not like a bunch of uncivilized primates? It's like they see people, oh, come on, kill. This is all that's on their minds. Till they come across somebody that's not having that shit. And they end up with stab wounds in the head. Yeah, they'd have a stab wound all the way from the top of the arm to the bottom. Yeah, all kinds of shit. Then got stomped out, then got shot. Then all of a sudden, now you got parents now you parents are concerned. What happened to my baby? Yeah, now you're concerned, right? Where are you when your sons and daughters are roaming and terrorizing the streets and being disrespectful to people? Where are you then? Do you know how much of a scumbag you got to be to think you can just touch people? And especially some elderly person. And I'm not even talking about somebody provoking you. I'm talking to you just decide. Let's think about what this was about. We're in New York and you're wearing a San Antonio Spurs jersey. So we're going to harass you. That's what this was about. They attacked people. They disrespected them. Some people got hurt. Some people got beat up. Yeah, because more went on in what the little few video clips you saw. But this is what I'm saying to you. When people go open their kids, right? Open their kids, they do something like this, then it's like, oh shit, what are they thinking? Yeah, because they get away with everything. But don't worry. Somebody's going to splatter some of these people's heads all over the sidewalk one day. And whether it make the news or not, the very people that's sitting back in their families that don't know of these things or sit back and whatever, who knows? I don't know what's going on in these people's lives, man. But I know that they have way too much free time on their hands to just be roaming around doing a bunch of nothing. And the same way we saw these videos, somebody in New York seen these videos and recognized some of these people's faces. But this is what it's come down to. So yeah, you can't buy a jersey. I'm nobody's fan anyway. I'm not rocking nobody's damn jersey. I got a couple of things that got certain faces on it, but it's all just out of fun. It ain't no, I'm a fan of these. Well, I ain't nobody's fan. It's just certain things I think is cool. Most of my shit would be like some Marvel, something animated, or just something that's like an artwork of something. Maybe like a sitcom or something I used to watch. Shit like that. But I don't, it's nothing like, oh, I'm a fan. No. But even still, I mean, even if you went to like a Comic Con, you went to one of these conventions, and let's say you had on a Marvel shirt or something that you bought from the last Comic Con or something like that, and like I said, somebody gonna look at you, oh nigga, we repping Marvel over here. You can't come with that DC shit on it or whatever it may be. Just saying, like you guys are weird, man. You really are, and there's no discipline in your life. There's no structure. This is exactly why what you need is for somebody to split your shit open and leave you laying on the fucking sidewalk. And if you make it, maybe it'll help you change this to become a better person, because nobody should suffer and have to stand there and feel like there's nothing I can do but walk through here and clamp my fingers together and pray that the Lord protects me. Because pretty much, we know how that shit goes. Now, I'm always down for self-defense, and I will always tell a person, defend yourself. Defend yourself. And I see a lot of tough guys get pepper sprayed and then stomped out, and I say good for them. Because you real tough, taking your shirt off and all that, jumping up, and all of a sudden the person acting like they about to give you money, pepper spray you, and then take their damn 2 feet and stomp your brains out. And now you on the ground screaming, please, no, I'm sorry. Yeah, oh, no. Oh, no. No. So that's the way that went. And people, we were always, I was a kid too at one point, but I was never disrespectful. I never touched people. I never did no things like that. And all the ass that I ever whooped has been retaliation, because somebody tried to do something to me, or somebody in my circle, or self-defense. Simple. I grew up in a time where when the cops got involved and they saw bully, they knew that, hey, you confident you can beat this guy? I beat this. All right. So how about if I just turn around for 5 minutes and let you guys? Yeah. Oh, the cops used to do that. Yeah. We humbled so many people that way too. And it's sad because the environment you live in, you see people. I'm gonna say it again. When you don't see unity the right way, when you see certain ethnic groups divided, and especially when it's so many of you and they know the power you can have, people will exploit that and keep you divided. They will help you stay divided. Wake up, y'all. Because every one of y'all who was out there disrespecting that could have been your brother, your sister, your mother, your father, your grandmother, your grandfather. And I say, that's what needs to happen. So your ass, like y'all Christians believe this bullshit about, oh, the sins of your fathers can carry on to your sons and daughters. Okay, cool. Yeah. Well, hopefully your sins jump on to where somebody in your family get disrespected and violated like that. And you in a position where you can't do nothing but stand there and cry and hurt and whimper inside because you can't do nothing. Every single one of you who did that, or worse shit happened. I'm just not, I'm not for the games, man. I'm not for the silly stuff. So fuck around, get yourself hurt or killed out here fucking with the wrong people, trying to be tough. And all of this because somebody had on a San Antonio Spurs jacket. Jersey. That's what this was about. Yeah. Anyways, that's all I got for you guys. Catch you guys on the next video.